It was decider time in Manchester, and a full day of Test cricket without any real interruptions has led us to a point where it sets up the rest of the Test match perfectly. This is how day one panned out. West Indies draw first blood. Ben Stokes misses out. And Buttler and Pope go big. With the series on the line, West Indies captain Jason Holder won the toss and opted to field first, citing overhead conditions as well as moisture on the pitch, making one change. Out went Alzarri Joseph as in came an extra spinning option in the form of the mighty Rahim Cornwall. For England, there were two changes. Batsman Zach Crawley went out, as well as out went the changemaker from the second test, Sam Curran, as in came James Anderson uniting with Stuart Broad and Jofra Archer. West Indies' bowlers though were right on the money from the very first over, where Kemar ROach got one to swing into Dominic Sibley, squaring him up. Sibley was out LBW and he was so plumb that they didn't even think of a review. Shannon Gabriel, who was bowling from the other end, seemed solid before he went off because of injury concerns, but he was quick to come back. But the one man who wasn't quick to come back was Joe Root, as at one point Rory Burns played one straight to Roston Chase at backward point. Chase was quick to the ball, he hit it straight to the stumps. Root was run out for the second consecutive time in this series. He was gone as out walked England's man for all seasons, Ben Stokes. Stokes and Burns ensured that there was no further damage for England as they went to lunch 2 down. Rory Burns and Ben Stokes were at it post-lunch as well when that eventful over eventually came. Kemar ROach ran into bowl, pinged one on Ben Stokes' helmet, then bowled another one short, pushing Stokes back. But the kind of form that Stokes has been in of late, you can't just push him back. To get his wicket, you need to do something really special, which is what Kemar ROach did. He bowled a full one that swung in just a little, opening Ben Stokes up, and he was cleaned over. A very special strike for the West Indies. But there was hope in Ollie Pope, who came out to bat and drew comparisons with Ian Bell because of his batting stance and batting style. He then joined forces with Rory Burns to ensure that England kept scoring runs. Burns reached yet another half century, but soon after that slashed at one outside the off stump from Chase, Rahim Cornwall taking a very sharp catch in the slips. Burns was gone, Chase bettering his already very stellar record against Rory Burns. And just when it seemed like England might rue the fact that they did not include an extra batsman in the side, out walked Jos Buttler, who's had a torrid time in Test cricket of late. But he joined forces with Ollie Pope to first ensure that they went to tea unscathed. And on the other side of tea, the two pressed the accelerator hard, both of them scoring runs. At one point, Jos Buttler hitting Rahim Cornwall for 2 sixes in the same over. Yes, Ollie Pope and Jos Buttler. Jos Buttler reaching his first half century in 15 Test innings, the two stitching together a 100+ partnership. Pope inching closer towards a century at the end of the day's play. England have 2 set batsmen, a sizable score on the board, and opposition bowlers who seem like they're tired. But it is the decider, and the West Indies will need to strike back early on day 2 to make a game of this. Can they? A riveting day's play awaits us.